Okay. If everyone can take their seats, please. I'm just going to ask, is any group who would like to share their thoughts first? Excellent. Look at this initiative. Okay. And please keep yourselves concise. Share 1 or 2 points. And then if it's repeated, do not repeat.
Bismillah. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, so our points are, first of all, our points are, first of all, we train ourselves by not having unrealistic goals in life about ourselves and other people, that is having achievable vision. And by having consultation and discussion with people with more knowledge and experience, and also with people who are one step lower than us, by listening to their opinions and ideas. So in a way we are empowering them, and that will train them to progress. The focus should be on the progress of the organization and not to massage our own ego. And on personal level, the focus should be to learn and better yourselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
To test all decisions against rationality.
Look at all the options and prioritizing them.
Yes.
Define the decisions and define the rationality.
No.
This one, last one.
No selfish motives.
Yes, very important.
There should be a framework to design the rationality. To define the, sorry. Is it defined?
Design.
A framework to apply how the rationality is.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
To raise awareness, to educate people, having sessions like these, sessions organized, to inform them the benefits of using aql or reason in order to make rational decisions. This was number 1. Number 2, to encourage each other to listen to one another and consult one another. If an opposing view is being offered, should not feel threatened or have a dented ego, but instead take on board what suggestions are being given and use them if they are rational. One more. To take lessons, ibra, from historical events, asatirul awwalin, stories of old, where reasoning was used, and often there have been moral stories.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else? There, thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
So, a lot of the points have already been mentioned, but another angle of looking at it we thought would be to delay a decision. So when discussing things, not to make a decision at the spur of the moment. For example, if you're in an organization or a point was discussed about not responding to an email straight away, maybe delaying a response, or the difference between a discussion on WhatsApp where people can send a message quickly and a discussion which could be by email. So even the mode of communication could affect the decision-making process.
Ahsan.
Thank you. Next one, I say. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
So just a couple of points. We actually coined a new phrase, continuous self-development instead of continuous professional development.
Yes.
And that was largely based on being an active listener and continuously self-reflecting throughout the year. We, for ourselves and for the organisation, we talked about consultations, but ensuring that it's involving a panel of experts, keeping the interest of people present in all our decisions, but not necessarily being swayed too much by people that aren't involved in the panel of experts. And we also talked about having core principles by which we make our decisions, maybe even part of the constitution.
Thank you. Ahsan.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
We've got 3 points here. We have ensuring that projects cater for different groups, for example, religious and non-religious, through seeking feedback from an advisory board with people from different backgrounds. The second point was looking at the why factor, questioning why we do any decision, looking at intention, sincerity, and the need for specific projects, and also maybe throwing in why not, is there any reasons we shouldn't do something? And thirdly, decisions should be joint decisions where a few people reach a consensus.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else wants to add in anything? Sorry. Obviously, I'm daydreaming. Sorry about that.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
So it was mentioned about not delaying before responding to something, but we kind of just, I guess, a step before that is pause for a few minutes before even reacting, and sometimes it can be a bit difficult when someone is saying something to you and you just want to say something back to them straight away, but instead trying to control that by not saying anything, perhaps related back to the listening before talking. Not allowing personal bias to affect your decisions, especially if there is some sort of bias you can feel towards an individual, so treating everyone the same. A point that was mentioned was keeping confidentiality, especially within organisations, so that other people are also don't have their opinions swayed of individuals. And then making sure that all the information you use comes from a reliable or higher source within your decision making.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else wants to chip in anything? No? No. Okay, because we don't like new stuff today, Slido is not working. So I know you guys will go used to this newer technology, but today I'm back, so it's all about the old stuff. So we're going to discuss a bit. Maybe you want to give a few comments, and then we have question answer.
No, we can have questions.
Yeah? So do we have any questions regarding the talk today? And it could be also discussion around what we have just discussed and reflections as well. Yes, please. I'll go at the back first and then...
So the term intellect and wisdom were used for aql. What's the difference between the two, or what would you define aql as in relation to those two words, and are there other definitions for aql as well?
Aql and intellect and wisdom? Yes? Okay, thank you very much. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the Quran and our Hadith, aql is used as the faculty or as the principle in us that helps us in discerning between what is correct, what is true, and what is false, And everyone has aql. But since some people don't use aql as their guide, either they don't think, or even if they think, then they leave it aside and then they do what they like, then you see the Quran blames the people that la ya'qilun. They don't think, they don't use their intellect. It's like you have machine, a car, but you don't use it, you park it. So what's the difference between someone who doesn't have car or someone who has car but it's parked? You have light, but you don't switch it on. You are in darkness. So whether you have electricity or not doesn't make difference. So Allah has given us aql, but we have to use it. We have to take advice from aql. Otherwise, we can imprison aql. In Du'a Sabah, we say, Ilahi qalbi mahjoob, wa nafsi ma'yoob, wa aqli maghloob, wa hawai ghalib. Aql is maghloob, aql is defeated, is imprisoned. Aql never betrays. Because aql is a prophet inside us. Prophet never misguides. But if you imprison prophet and give the control and rule to Nimrud and Pharaoh, then that's the problem. So we have aql in all of us. Some people maybe they are more intelligent in the sense that they can understand very quickly. But it's not that in the sense that they understand things different from other people. Aql in all people gives the same conclusion. We have the same logic and the same way of understanding. Just you have to cultivate your aql. If you exercise your aql, if you go by your aql, day by day it becomes stronger. If you don't use it or ignore it, whatever your aql says, you say, be silent. Little by little, aql becomes silent. So, everyone should exercise their intellectual capacity and become more and more rational. Whenever you want to make a decision, really think, collect information, discuss, consult, then make the decision. This, for the next time, makes it easier. Hikmah, I have discussed this in the practical wisdom that we have in the Hose, if you want more details. But hikmah is different from aql. Aql is given to everyone. But hikmah is not given to everyone. لَقَدْ آتَيْنَا لُقْمَانَ الْحِكْمَةِ. Luqman was given hikmah. Yes? مَنْ يُؤْتَ الْحِكْمَةِ فَقَدْ أُوتِيَ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا. Whoever is given hikmah is given abundant good. What is hikmah? This is my analogy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in addition to aql that has given to everyone, He sometimes inspires people. What is inspiration? Inspiration is not result of thinking. Inspiration is an idea that unexpectedly comes to your mind. Okay, this is inspiration. And inspiration comes not in the way that you can plan it. You say, today I am going to have 5 inspirations. No, maybe one day comes, maybe 1 year doesn't come. You have no control over inspiration. They can come and they can not come. By being pious, by softening your heart, you would be in a better position to receive inspirations. Okay? But wisdom is like a device that Allah gives you that makes coming of inspirations more regular. Like for example, sometimes I send you messages through people. Sometimes because I want to keep sending you messages, then I give you a device and say, now I directly send you messages because you are a person that you need more inspirations. So hikmah is a kind of power, ability that Allah gives, and it is for heart, that then receiving inspirations becomes more regular and easier. This is hikmah. Yeah. We have also sometimes hikmah in the sense of pieces of hikmah. For example, hadith says, take hikmah even from munafiqeen, even from mushrikeen. They don't have hikmah, they have wise ideas. Wise ideas we can borrow from each other. I learn from other people. I can collect wisdom of different people. But you don't become wise by reading wise stories, wise ideas. Wisdom is only for pious people.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
You mentioned earlier that a person stays on his own and doesn't communicate with people, and for long hours he's on his own, isolated. So how do you correlate that? How do we relate it to people who do meditation for hours and hours? Yes, they say they go within themselves and they suddenly get guidance and things. What is the balance between being staying
Yes.
away from people and meditation?
Yes.
So what is the thing?
It's good to have some private time for reflection, for meditation, but not all your life. So it's not good, that you isolate yourself. You have some time for private meditation, but little by little you learn how to have your private space even inside the society. We say, kun fin nas wala takun minhum. We don't say go away from people. You have to be among people, but not like everyone. You have your own ideas, your own principles. You know what you want to do. Even if there are thousands of people around you, you are not influenced by what they want. But you have to be in society. To have that private time is very important to make sure that you are in control of your thought. You can check yourself. You can, monitor yourself. There is a beautiful story that one of the students of Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Qazi Tabatabai, the teacher of Allama Tabatabai, he wanted to go to, I think, Tabriz. So he told him, keep 1 hour for yourself. 1 hour. Keep for yourself. That you have this private time and reflect. After some time, people from Tabriz went to Najaf and met him, and he asked about that alim. They said that 1 hour has taken all his day. In what sense? It means that he is always mindful. Okay? This is what we want. That even if you are in workplace, in, community place, shopping, buying, selling, studying, whatever, you have that internal privacy, internal mindfulness. That's very important. Sometimes people are alone, but thinking about too many things. Sometimes people are with many people, but they are enjoying their own peace. That's what we want. But to achieve this, you need to have some private time for yourself. In the middle of night, time of salat, something you have to have, so that then inshallah this can inspire rest of your day. This can give energy for rest of your day. You're welcome.
Okay. If you have any more questions, then please do send them digitally as well, or save them for next time. We like when the questions also come between the weeks, so it's okay, we can share with Sheikh as well. Can we have a loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Muhammad. Thank you very much for your contribution and your very mindful presence.
Thank you. Sheikh, شما میخوایی که یک دعا بفرمایید؟
Yes. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to include us among those servants of Him who are grateful. We thank Him for all His blessings, especially the blessings that we have received through guidance, through wilayah. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the blessings that we have received from our parents, from our teachers, from our ulama, our maraja, from our community. And we pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would make our generation the generation that would learn from whatever experiences and knowledge is available, and then they find their way to a bright future where first in our heart and mind, and then in the society we can welcome Hujjah of Allah, inshallah. We pray to Allah to keep our youths, our children, our progeny always on the right path and away from calamities of Akhir Zaman. We ask Allah for forgiveness and maghfirah for all mu'mineen and mu'minat who have passed away, especially those who have rights upon us. And we ask for shifa, a quick and fast shifa for all people who are ill, especially those who are in hospital or those who are on bed in their home. We ask Allah to give them shifa, inshallah, very quickly. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.